Alright everyone, so Dragon Ball Super Chapter 83 has officially been released, and I'm here to give you guys my review on what I think about what happened in this chapter. As always, do I think it's good? Do I think it's bad? I'm gonna let you know all of it in this review right here. Now, before we get into the review, I have to feel like I gotta clarify something. The reason why you don't see some panels as I usually do, so you guys can have something to look at, is because something happened and I can't really do that anymore. But I am going to be working on finding a way to have you guys actually look at something, so you don't just have to look at this picture while hearing me give my review on the chapter. So for now, just bear with this, and hopefully I'll make the video a bit better for you guys in the future. Any future reviews of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to the actual review. Okay, so this chapter picks up where the previous chapter left off, where we get to see the conclusion of the fight between Bardock and Gas. Now, this is something that I think a lot of people have been really looking forward to, because we've been wondering, how exactly did Bardock win against Gas, especially since we know how strong Gas is. So we're wondering, how did someone like Bardock, who was nowhere near as strong as Goku, even I would say all the way back in the Saiyan arc, he was nowhere near as strong as that version of Goku. So how the hell did he manage to beat someone like Gas? We've been wondering about this for a long time, and I always thought that maybe Bardock found some kind of weakness, that Bardock discovered a weakness to Gas, and maybe his people, Elik, Maki, Oil, maybe they have some kind of a weakness. Unfortunately, according to this chapter, it seems like that's not the case, because something else happened. So the chapter begins, and we start off with Bardock and standing next to Monaito, who is holding granola, and the fight between him and Gas is about to begin. And Bardock sends Gas away into the forest area, follows after him, and then Monaito heads back to his house. And Monaito brings out the Dragon Balls, and he says that using the Dragon Balls for one's own desire is forbidden, but using it for others is actually okay. So he summons the dragon as Bardock and Gas are continuing to fight, and that's where Gas gives Bardock the hint that Frieza is planning something with the Saiyans. Now, I'm going to talk about that in a bit, because I have some thoughts. But Monaito summons the dragon, and he asks Torombo to send Bardock back to his home planet. And then that's when Torombo contacts Bardock and says that someone made a wish for you to be sent back to your home planet, and Bardock says no. Now, this did happen once before during the Namek arc, when Goku refused to be sent back home to Earth by Porunga. So there is precedent for this. This isn't something that just happened. And excuse me, Monaito tries to convince him to get, be sent back to planet Vegeta, but Bardock says, no, I'm gonna stay here until I defeat this guy. And Gas, we are seeing over the course of the chapter, continuously getting more and more frustrated with Bardock, because he's confused why Bardock would continue to fight him, even though he knows that he can't win. And all throughout this chapter, as the fight continues, like, Bardock is shown like he stands no chance against Gas. Like, even when he attacks him, Gas tells him, it's like, dude, your attacks aren't really doing anything. Like, I'm not even feeling them. And he continues to wonder, like, why are you continuing to fight even though you know you can't win? And that question keeps bothering him as the chapter goes on, and you can see it clearly. And then Monaito asks him, well, do you have a wish you want me to make? And this is where we get something that a lot of the fans have been talking about for a while now, ever since the spoilers came out. Basically, Bardock makes a wish that says, or he doesn't make a wish, he basically just tells Monaito that I wish that my sons would thrive. And this is where, again, like I said, what a lot of people have been talking about, because they think that, okay, Bardock made the wish for his sons Goku and Raditz to thrive, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense, because like, if you look at Goku and Raditz's life, like, they didn't really thrive. Like, Goku grew up consistently battling people, people who keep trying to kill him, and Raditz died. Like, he literally died. So I don't know. I guess technically that wish didn't come true, although keep in mind, this chapter doesn't show us what Monaito actually wished for. We don't actually get to see it. So we don't know what happened. We don't even know if Monaito actually did make the wish. Maybe he just heard that and thought, okay, well that's nice, and maybe he made another wish that we don't know about. I guess we'll have to wait and see, because like we just see the dragon or the Dragon Balls fly up into the air and split in two, but we never see Monaito actually make the wish. So maybe something else happened and we're just being like, they're purposefully hiding it from us on what actually happened. But the fight continues, it cuts back to the fight, and then Granola, or excuse me, not Granola, Gas is still frustrated over why Bardock would continue to try to fight him, even though he like he knows Bardock can't win, so what the hell's going on? And then Bardock reveals to him that the reason is actually simple. Like, I'm a Saiyan, I'm up against someone who's really strong, and I want to win. That's it. The reason really is that simple. And that's when we get the other moment that I think a lot of people are also going to continue discussing for a while, which is that Bardock has this aura surrounding him, and then all of a sudden he just starts to overpower Gas. Now, we don't know what the hell this power is. Bardock just says something like, we Saiyans grow whenever we push past our limits, so basically echoing the one of the themes in the Tournament of Power. You know, Saiyans consistently getting stronger as they continuously push past their limits. So apparently that's what happened, although again we still have no idea what it is, and there's a chance we might not know. There's a chance this is going to be like what happened with Trunks in the Future Trunks arc, where he got this power and we to this day have no idea what the hell it is, what its origins are. Is it something that only half Saiyans could do? Is it something any Saiyan could do? We don't know what it is, and there's a chance we may never know, which sucks. But then again, Dragon Ball Super has been full of questions that just never get answered, so I guess this isn't technically anything new. And yeah, that's when Bardock just wins, and then Bardock falls to the ground exhausted. Alex shows up, he picks up Gas, and then he fires his, you know, that gun that he has into Bardock's arm, and then Bardock falls off the cliff, and as he's about to try to finish him off, that's when I think it was Maki who told Alec through their communication device that Frieza has made it, and so he now has to go there. And he says, whatever, like, you're gonna die from your wounds anyway, so he leaves. And that's when Monaito shows up and starts healing Bardock. So yeah, and also Alec, sorry, I forgot to mention this, but Alec also basically tells Bardock that you don't even know what Frieza is planning for you. And he said that, you know, you might want to look up because maybe there might be a meteor falling on your planet. Okay, this is the thing that honestly bothered me the most, because it's revealed, and if you watch my videos that I made on my other channel where I talked, where I covered the draft pages, you already know this, but just in case you didn't watch those videos, I don't like this. I don't like this decision that was made by, I don't know if it was Toyotaro or Toriyama, excuse me. Because I know Toyotaro can come up with a story, but Toriyama still has to approve it. So I don't know if this came from Toyotaro or Toriyama. I don't know, but me personally, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the fact that it was someone else who hinted to Bardock that something might be happening to the Saiyans. I've always liked the fact that Bardock was able to figure it out on his own, and keep in mind, I'm only talking about this current canon of Bardock and his story, because I think I, as well as a lot of other people, prefer the events of the Bardock special as opposed to what this new canon is that Toriyama officially says, no, this is the actual story. So it is what it is, unfortunately. But in this new canon, I always liked that Bardock was the one who was able to put it together, that, oh, Frieza is planning something. You know, it started off with a suspicion. If you saw it in the Broly movie, he's just wondering, okay, well, why is Frieza calling all the Saiyans back to Planet Vegeta? And then he, you know, it just stays a suspicion. And then once the other Saiyan says that he's been hearing that Frieza is asking around about the Super Saiyan, that's when he immediately is able to put it together that, oh yeah, Frieza, that's what's going on. He's afraid of the Super Saiyan, so he's going to get rid of the Saiyans. Basically, even though the Saiyans aren't a threat to him now, he's afraid that they might be a threat to him in the future. That's why he's going to get rid of the Saiyans. You know, I always just preferred that, but now it's no, someone else hinted it to him, and that's how he was able to figure it out. And yeah, I'm not a fan of it. And I'm also not a fan of the fact that Apparently Gas doesn't have a weakness. Bardock just got some random power up out of nowhere, which again I know is kind of par for the course for Dragon Ball Super. You know, people just getting random power-ups out of nowhere. Not all of them, but sometimes this happens, and we're just supposed to accept it. It is what it is. That's just Dragon Ball Super. Like, it doesn't feel like it needs to explain certain things. It sucks, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, overall the chapter was, I mean, I kind of enjoyed the fight between Bardock and Gas, if I'm being honest. Like, I thought it was well done. I hated how it ended. Again, it's a random power up out of nowhere. It's not explained. We have no idea what the hell's going on. It's just, oh, I broke through my limits and now miraculously I'm able to beat this guy who was just destroying me a minute earlier. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. And yeah, like I said, the whole Bardock being tipped off by someone else instead of him figuring it out on his own. Not a fan of it. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super Chapter 83. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What did you think about the chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know all of it in the comment section down below. And while you're here, consider leaving a like, sharing the video, subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to hit the bell for notifications. And I hope to see you for the next video. Bye for now. Or my next review, sorry. Bye for now.